So, but none of them have any major cost implications. They could be in terms of some support here and there. So that we will do. Whatever Iskraemeco India has made commitments on these orders, this 3.5 billion plus some more orders that we have got from West Bengal, we will support those orders, but they have no cost implications as such directly. And also, if there are some revenues available in this, we are not taking that into consideration in computing. So those are all, as the time goes on, we will book them in case something significant.
Okay. So in that way, it's not the cash flow impact, it's basically front-ending the revenue as well as installation rather than tail-ending for next 10 years in terms of revenue, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is absolutely no blockage of any kind of money.
Got it. Secondly, sir, if you can just help us out in terms of what was the approximately ballpark per meter revenue we used to book when in Kaynes, and now when Iskraemeco is a part, what kind of per meter revenue Iskraemeco might be booking?
No. Okay, let me put it this way. I cannot give you specific numbers because this is part of the customer contract. 65-70% of the revenues we used to book earlier. Now 100% revenues will book it in our Iskraemeco, and remaining will be inter-company within the same entity. So Iskraemeco will be part of our consolidated revenues. So whatever they bill, out of that, the internal revenues in EMS will be about 60-70%. And yeah. So that's what it will be. Earlier it used to be about 70% of whatever they used to invoice.
Got it. And at present, sir, how much is the firm order with Iskraemeco in terms of number of units, number of meters? And
3.5
million you have shared, but firm order is what, 3.5 million or more?
3.5 million from PGCIL, and then there are some orders from West Bengal. They are consolidating that and placing orders on us. But the moment it is placed on, us meaning now they have to place it on Kaynes Technology. It's a legally different entity, but part of the same group now. So once that comes in, it's a total target or total available or total allotted orders about, total target orders about 2 crore in West Bengal, out of which some have been allotted. So we will wait for some more time before the allotment takes place, award takes place, and then we can, but there will be some significant number. There are about 4 meters being considered there, so we'll be one of them.
Got it. Got it. And in future, we will not be bidding on our own for the entire bidding, right? We will be limiting ourselves to supply of products and the technology.
Yeah. So as of now, with this acquisition, we'll be working like an EMS player. Our objective is to be an EMS player of having large amount of manufacturing smart meters.
Understood, sir. Fine. That's it from me. Thank you. Thanks a lot, and all the best.
Thank you, Ambarji.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all the participants, please restrict your question to 2 per participant. If you have a follow-up question, I would request you to rejoin the queue. The next question is from the line of Arfat Said from Incred Research. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks for taking my question. So my first question is on total TAM for the smart meters. So over the next 5 to 6 years, I believe around 30 crore smart meters will be installed for the next 7-8 years, out of which only 15 crore tender has been announced. So can we expect, let's say, balance 15 crore smart meter tender to be announced by next year itself, or is it like at least 2 to 3 years?
Okay, Rafaji, see, the issue here is that we don't know at what pace the government will work. But right now, the pace of work has increased. So totally, based on whatever is the public data, government publishes the kind of a dashboard on this. About 11 crore has been awarded. Another 11 crore to be awarded. So I think they will do it fast only because I think government is committed towards this particular project. So earlier they have taken 4-5 years time to come to this level, but we will be much faster than that. And also the entire capacities have to gear up, etc. Right? It's just the orders coming in is not going to solve their problem. So from that perspective, I think it will be a good delivery challenge once these orders get finalized. And maybe shorter time frame, then longer time frame is what I would bet on. But exactly what only government will know.
Okay. Fine. Sir, my next question is again on the pricing of the smart meter. So I believe, let's say, per cost, smart meter is around 8 to 10,000 rupees. So you guys also get similar amount to that from the client, or you will get some lower amount?
Sir, we get only EMS revenues, which is the meter the total cost of the device only. So that is anywhere around 3,000 plus rupees. That is the kind of revenues that companies like us will make who make only devices. The other numbers that you are talking about I have not computed, but they must be the AMISP revenues on a net present value basis. When they actually make monthly charges, they work on something called an OPEX model. So the AMISP should give an OPEX model to the distribution company, and they would do whatever is required, including sourcing and procurement of meters from companies like us. And there are other players, so there are 4 other players who are majorly working in this area. So that's how it is actually. So there are 3 layers. One layer is device maker, other is the AMISP, and third is the distribution company. So we are insulated from the value chain or revenue chain of the distribution company and AMISP. We are contracts are with the AMISPs, and which are like a device supply. Like I said, the net working capital is not expected to exceed 90 days.
Fine, sir. That's it from us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Modi from Nippon Asset Management. Please go ahead.
So thank you. Just one question, just one clarification I had in the in the West Bengal contract, the installation of the meters would be in our scope within the houses in WBDCL?
Yeah. You see, the PGCIL, the installation support is given by us. And for that, the separate money is given. We are not taking any profits out of that into our revenue projection yet. Okay? Because this is back-to-back given to other contractors. See, whenever a device maker takes up there are people identified for this job across the states. Every state has got certain electrical contractors who do this thing. So in case of West Bengal too, a similar arrangement could be there. Like I said before, we are consolidating the orders from West Bengal. I think some more award has to happen. Total meters at stake there is about 20 million. So once all the numbers come through, then we will do an implementation strategy, and at that point in time, accurately I can tell you. But broadly, if there is a commitment made, we will hold by it. If there is no commitment, then we will ask the MISP to kind of look at it differently.
Sure. So just one follow-up on this. So the Gujarat order is through PGCIL, and we bid directly, or Iskraemeco had bid directly in the West Bengal contract as an AMISP.
Yeah, but see, even in Gujarat, they are identified as a AMISP stroke SI. So their role is more like an SI, system integrator role actually.
Right. Which is
so similar thing will be done. Will be known once all the orders are. It is actually not that simple. Every tender is a little bit different. And so if you go into the website, there are 7 different varieties of tenders, etc. they mention. So once we get to know the exact details, then we can share that with you. I mean, I broadly know. But exact details I can know once we consolidate the orders.
Sure. Just, my question was more from a liability assessment in case of delays of implementation in West Bengal. So I believe you would have done the due diligence while taking over Iskraemeco.
Yeah. No. Actually, that's why I'm not counting that as an order. See, we go strictly by an order book, right? So in our order book, customer, so see, even though they are part of the same fold, but they're still a different legal entity. So they have to give us a purchase order. So the Iskraemeco will place a purchase order on Kaynes Technology India Limited, maybe in future at the Hyderabad premises. Then we will put it in our system, buy material, and they will give a schedule, etc. So that's why I'm saying that while there are a lot of futuristic expectations in this domain, and we definitely are very bullish and buoyant about it. But as long as they don't come to us, I cannot disclose that to you. So the moment it comes, then in our quarterly projections, we'll add that and show it to you. The 3.5 billion has already come, so we have added last time because as Iskraemeco had placed on us. Similarly, in future we will do for West Bengal also.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Neel Mehta from Equirus Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the opportunity. My side. So you mentioned about
Sorry to
3,000
interrupt you,
for
sir.
clearance.
Neil, could you use your handset and speak? Your voice is breaking.
Yeah. Sir, is it better now?
Yes, yes.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. So, sir, my question is that, sir, you mentioned about 3,000 rupees per meter. It's for the single phase smart meter or the three smart meter? That's my first question.
This is single phase, all a single phase right now. We do have some smaller number of three-phase meters also, but since the total quantum of three-phase meters is not significant, so we're not talking about it. But there are orders for three-phase meters too, but the 3.5 million is single-phase meters.
So my second question is, sir, is there any good right?
Sorry.
So there is a difference in the cost. See, three-phase meters are much bigger meters because they deal with three-phase supply of electricity. So typically their cost will be 70-80% more than the single-phase meters.
Thank you. We have lost the connection of the current participant. We will move on to the next participant. The next question is from the line of Deepak from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. So my first question is in continuation to the earlier participants. So for Iskraemeco, will be manufacturing only the smart consumer metering, or is it that we'll do also distribution transmission metering?
Sorry, repeat the last part.
So would we be manufacturing or box building only smart consumer meters, or would it be also DT metering, distribution transmission meters?
Yeah, any meter that they require for manufacturing will be making, provided they have an approval for it. Okay. So that's our stand. Right now, most of the meters are smart consumer metering. So DT metering, if they win any orders and if there are designs available with them, we can do that too.
But we already are DT meters for a German company. This is part of our export orders.
Okay. Okay, sir. And my second question is, sir, last year we did some 64 crore worth of sales, right, in Iskraemeco. So how many smart meters we would have sold in that year?
So fully are smart meters only. So this year it will go up because these 3.5 million orders are getting executed. So this year it will become an intercompany sale. So it will come as part of our consolidated revenue.
That is fine. So I'm asking FY24, how many smart meters would have been supplied for that 64 crore revenue?
So anywhere between 2.2 and 2.5 is the pricing. So 64 crore we can divide and find out that number.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so my last question is, since smart meter is a growing market and has a larger TAM, any reason why Iskraemeco decided to sell that entity to you and exit their Indian business?
We wouldn't know their reason. It must be part of their strategic business. They still continue to be a player in Europe and all that. So yeah, this is a company which was bought by LCD Group actually, the Egyptian group, and they purchased this entity from Europe. They do have good business in Middle East and other places. So I wouldn't know why, but when this opportunity was available and then we came to know, then we jumped at it because it kind of secured our EMS credentials.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vinit Agrawal from Aditya Birla Money. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. So I have a couple of questions. So one is on the one of the largest player in smart meters is fully backward integrated and starting from assembling PCB or molding, and even they have their own software, and because of which they generate roughly 14-15% kind of EBITDA margins. Just wanted to understand post acquisition where we will be placed.
Sorry, last part of the question. Kind of frame up.
I just wanted to understand, like, post this acquisition, where are we be placed in terms of smart metering?
Yeah. We are fully integrated here. We have our own molding shop. I think those of you who were able to come to the Hyderabad facility would have seen it also. We have got full back to the end-to-end manufacturing of smart meters, the full value chain. The software is with the Iskraemeco acquisition. The software is within the group. The molding is within the group. The entire PCB assembly is within the group. Testing is within the group. So it's a integrated facility. Yeah. And going forward, of course, once the PCB business, etc., comes up, we can do the PC boards also.
Understood. And my second one is, correct me if I'm wrong, like the company which you acquire was loss-making in terms of EBITDA at EBITDA level till FY23. So what was the EBITDA numbers in FY24? If you can give that number.
Yeah. See, the past EBITDA numbers is during development phase, right? They were just bidding for orders and getting things approved, and they were getting installed, etc.
Plus, all these global companies, they have their own pricing, their own methods of working.
Transfer pricing.
They transfer large funds for corporate account is debited and all those things.
Yeah. So suffice it to say that now it's a clean business for us. And it's a bit
we will make approximately closer to our.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Indrajit Agrawal from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Most of my questions have been answered. Just one more question. In Iskraemeco's COGS, what proportion would have been supplied by Kaynes in FY24?
You are asking about their purchase of meters, whether they purchase from anybody else. No, we are fully supplied.
No. So in the sense that what are the other costs other than the purchase from Kaynes? Are there any other costs which are significant?
So they have R&D team, no? They have R&D team for development of products, project management.
Validation team.
Validation is there. Testing support is there.
Right.
There are 125 people there. It's a large organization.
It's a large organization.
Okay. So other way to put it is, you said that for Iskraemeco, the per unit revenue would be 2.2 to 2.5. For similar units, what would have been?
No. That is the device revenue to Kaynes Technology. Their revenue should be larger. Not at liberty to disclose because this order is not in the public domain, but their revenue will be larger on the device also. This is only the EMS revenue that I am talking about. Once they supply the device to, let's say, PGCIL, their revenues are larger.
Okay, sir. Maybe I'll take it offline. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akshay Kelia from CD Integrated Services Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. So, sir, my question was about guidance for FY25, which is about more than 3,000 crore. So, after acquisition of this company, is it still intact, or the incremental revenue which will we get from this acquisition will add to this guidance?
Sir, we will retain our whatever guidance we have given, 3,000 crores on top line and 15% on EBITDA.
Okay, sir. So after this acquisition, so it will add more revenue to this guidance, or what?
Yeah, in future, of course.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Jalaj from Swan Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question was, I do understand in the past, the company Iskraemeco had one direct contract with West Bengal WDCL, and there is an article similarly for that. So just wanted to understand what is the rationale behind moving from a EMS B2B player to becoming a full-fledged brand here. Any specific logic behind it, becoming an AMISP?
The AMISP qualification has been done by many companies, okay? But our objective for a company like Kaynes Technology is to be a device manufacturer, essentially. So we continue to do that, and acquisition of Iskraemeco is to make sure that we get the relevant scale. If we are going to be making small quantities, then we really cannot be cost effective, and we cannot do margin accretion, etc., into our existing portfolio. So in order to do that, we have acquired this company which has capabilities to offer meters to all AMIs.
Understood. And then, just onto that same question, so of the total revenue of, let's assume FY 24, 64 crores, what was the revenue split between it being a directly MSP and it being a supplier to others?
No, all of that 64 crores is supplied to, if I understand correctly, I can ask the diligence team, but it is supplied to PGCIL. So even though we are called a AMSP and SI, but actually supplied through PGCIL, who is actually the AMSP in Gujarat?
Got it. And last question,
Sorry,
what does the balance sheet?
I would request you to rejoin the queue for your follow-up question. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Aditya from Jubilant Bhartiya Group. Please go ahead. Mr. Aditya, I would request you to unmute your line and speak, please. Due to no response from the current participant, we will move on to the next participant. The next question is from the line of Harshit Kapadia from Elara Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So thanks for the opportunity. Just wanted to check on the O&M business for the smart meter. So that would now be with, with Iskraemeco. So now it will be remain with Kaynes. And what would be the portion, if you can give us an idea on the O&M business for scope of work for smart meters?
This is a broad categorization of the revenue is capex and opex. So we are clearly on the capex side. That means we supply the meter and then we get paid for it, and the net working capital will remain within 90 days. As far as OPEX is concerned, that is a model which most of the AMI SPs use. And so they obviously bring in investment also. So as far as we are concerned, we don't invest more than this net working capital into this business because we are on a capex mode.
Understood. So, what about the maintenance of meters? I'm saying some meters gets broken down or there are some issues.
You see, our responsibility is manufacturing warranty. So within some 6 months or something, so once it is installed, typically these meters also would not fail. But if there is any problem, and it is pointed out that it has something to do with, let's say, the design and manufacturing, because the device comes under our portfolio now. In this case, we'll have to deal with that respective agencies who have raised the claim, and we'll rectify and give back.
Understood. And last question on the revenue of 65 crores, would it be possible for you to give a breakup of how much is the product and how much is the installation and supply side for that?
The installation is actually a small quantum. It's like 200 to 250 rupee types, and that is also paid off to a third party for installation. So in a total of around 3,000 rupees something they would have billed to, let's say, PGCIL. It's a small quantum is installation. There is some software license legally they are supposed to offer them so that they can utilize that to get data, etc. So some 300 odd rupees will be the quantum of software and this installation, etc. Around 3,000 plus something will be probably the total quantum of billing. So if you say percentage-wise, it will be about 10% of their 64 crores should be that particular billing. I have not computed this number separately. Okay. We have seen broadly, we have verified all these things are there or not there, but other than that, I can give you a sharper answer later.
Sure. Okay, sir. Thank you. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Akhilesh Bhandari from Millennium Management. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for taking my question. Can you please comment on the payment milestones? How much money will come post the installation of the meter?
You see, different distribution companies, different AMISPs will have some small changes in their listing. But suffice it to say that including investment into our stocks and everything else, the net working capital will be within 90 days. So obviously, the receivables will be lesser than that.
So what I want to understand is, if there is a potential delay in the actual installation of the meter, you have supplied the meter, but you are not able to install it, then how much of that, how much money can likely get stuck?
No, nothing. See, this doesn't work like that. See, even if they say strictly installation, etc., once delivery is made, typically those bills are processed. Once they know that the asset is done, they process the bill. So some people split it in three ways. One is delivery, one is installation, other is activation. Some people say delivery and installation together, and they pay you as soon as it's delivered, and so on. Okay? So it depends on the EMISP and the particular distribution company. So these are not like the contracts which are open-ended. So they are supposed there is a SLA. Of course, I'm not at liberty to talk about exact contractual details, but there is an SLA. So even the AMISP is supposed to clear the bills within some particular time. They are supposed to do installation within some particular time, etc. So that's why we are so confident that the total working capital will not exceed 90 days. Maybe it will be lower.
And for the PGCIL contract of 3.5 million meters, the installation is under your scope, right?
It is under Iskraemeco scope, yes, which we will support. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a system available. It doesn't take any too much of time. The electrical contractor available. The moment you tell them, they will send people and install it. So it's a few weeks time frame that they install.
Okay. Because there have been reports that smart metering installation is facing some challenges in multiple states, including Gujarat.
Yeah. See, the thing is, 1 crore meter has been installed. 1 crore meter is installed. There are some 500 complaints, obviously, because people who suspect that metering will make them pay might resist it or something. But it's not a significant number, because 1 crore mein 500, 600 complaints not a big deal. It will happen, sir. Whenever earlier the system was that people have to go physically, the lineman has to go to remove the fuse, etc. So there was always this trouble of removing fuse, because there could be some compromise happening there. But with the smart meter, the user will not have any choice. So those users who are probably malafide or who don't want to pay, they will probably resist. But that's a smaller number.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take that as the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to Ms. Bhumika Nair from DAM Capital Advisors Limited for closing comments.
Yeah, I would like the management to thank the management for giving us an opportunity to host the call and answering all the queries. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you to all the participants as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhumika ji. Thank you for organizing the call. Thank you, all the participants, for patiently listening to our answers. Thank you.
On behalf of DAM Capital Advisors Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your line.